Thank you so much for joining us today. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and the story behind the Finley Project?
Sure. I am Noelle Moore. I am a Central Florida native, born in the Winter Park Hospital. Went to Rollins College, go Tars. And basically the Finley Project started because in 2013 I had a daughter. I was pregnant with a little girl, and sadly I was admitted into an area hospital full time. And the doctors that were seeing me chose to leave the hospital. And shortly thereafter, I needed an emergency C-section. And I waited and I waited and I waited. I waited almost 45 minutes for an OB to get in to do the C-section. And so as a result of that delay, my daughter Finley, she suffered severe brain damage. And so she was put on life support for a month. And eventually, as her parents, we had to make the worst decision ever, and that was to remove life support from her. And that day is just like a day I will never forget. And walking down the NICU hallway and out the hospital and to this waiting car for us, like now I'm like, what do you do? Like, how do I leave my child there? And so that began this discovery of like who helps women like me? Like how do people navigate a loss so significant?
Can you share how this motivated you to start this support system for mothers?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, so that's why I love the opportunity to share, because I think the gap between the hospital and the home the gap is so wide. And so what I realize is that there needs to be something that helps a woman in a family from the moment the loss happens, in the immediate to then the long term. And so I created, actually, it's not just this community's only program of its kind, it's the only kind in the nation. And so the Finley Project is the nation's only holistic program for moms after infant loss. And what I was finding is that there were support groups and there were like things out there, but there was nothing that really like helped a woman with all the things she had to go through after loss.
Can you share with us the 7-part holistic program that you speak of?
Sure.
And is that what's going to bring all the missing pieces together?
Right. So the program was developed, actually this is interesting. So when I first was looking at starting something, because I knew there was this need, I was only going to offer counseling. And so the first woman I ever tried to help, she said, listen, I was in the Ronald McDonald House for like 3 to 4 months. My house is a mess. My kids are a mess. I don't have groceries in my pantry. Like I'll go to counseling, but like I need to take care of this stuff. And so that's what got me thinking, how do we help a woman like from the physical, the emotional, and the spiritual all in one? So the Finley Project, the 7 parts of the Finley Project will help plan the funeral, like how to honor the child. We'll give the family meal or grocery gift cards. We provide house cleaning, massage therapy. We find a support group for them. We put them into counseling, so they get 12 sessions of counseling included in the program. And then we connect them with a peer, so like somebody that's gone through something similar. And so those 7 things are really what makes us different than other things out there.
I like that.
Thank
You
you.
make sure that everything's covered.
Yeah.
How have your personal experiences helped shape the work that you do?
I could cry talking about that. I mean, honestly, when you see death and you see life every day, you are so grateful for what you do have. I see these women that come into us so broken, and to be able to be in a community of other people to then come out on the other side. Are you kidding me? It's like, that's life, right? Like, I think being able to serve the most vulnerable people that are very overlooked, this changes you. Like, you don't expect a child to die. You do expect an older person typically to die. And so their whole world is forever shifted. And so for me, it's helping them in like that trauma and that pain and that total brokenness to then come out the other side is like life-giving completely.
How can members of the community get involved and support this effort to support these women?
We have hundreds and hundreds of families in our program. The need is overwhelming. We have to turn families away. Once again, because we're the only ones that are doing this across the country. And so we're looking for people that have lost children that will support a mom as a peer person. We're looking for volunteers at our events just to come out and hands-on and serve people and love on people. And then obviously donations just to support our families.
Can you share a success story that you have?
Sure. I think of Kwesi and Chelsea Johnson. Kwesi is now the president of our board. Fabulous human being. They had twins. When their twins were born, they noticed that their one had some genetic issues and ended up having Down syndrome. At that time, Kwesi was a respiratory therapist. They had put both twins down for a nap. I think they're about 3 months old. And when they went to wake up the twins, the one wasn't breathing. Well, it wasn't the one with Down syndrome, it was the other one. And sadly, Christopher ended up passing away. And so they were left with this other beautiful child. And I have seen them now, they now give back. His wife supports other moms. He's now the president of our board. She's gone on and gone back to school. I think just having the community around them to be able to help them through losing the twin that they didn't think, I've just seen them come out on the other side.
Are there any future initiatives or expansions for the organization?
Actually, we're at a really exciting time because we've hit our 10-year mark. And so within the next year, we're going to be starting a whole new retreat community in Volusia County. It's going to be a retreat community for moms from all over the country to come in to do experiential things, tactile things. And the retreat's called Live Again Retreat. Just this concept of like, how do we live again? Like, how do we dream again? How do we rebuild again? And then we'll also offer it to couples to be able to come to, and then grandparents. So it's going to be like a whole community program. And then lastly, we're starting a whole dads support program. So now the dads will have a peer-to-peer person, should they choose to.
Is there anything else that you would like to share with our audience?
Yeah, I was thinking that I think a lot of times we have folks that will come to us that we're not able to support in our program, whether the loss was earlier than who we support or if it was an older child. And so after many, many years doing this, I created a care guide that actually takes our program, and it's in a book form now, and it goes step by step for how family members or friends can help their loved one. And it's actually called More Than I'm Sorry. And I think because a lot of times people just want to say they're sorry, but they want to do more. And so this whole concept is like, you can do more, and here's how. And so the care guide came out last year.
What words of comfort or encouragement would you like to give or offer to others out there watching who may be going through a similar situation?
I think that's why I'm still here. I think to be able to tell my story, I lost my dad in February 2013. Finley was essentially killed because of malpractice in July of 2013. And then my husband left 2 weeks after. And so the fact that I'm still standing, I say to people, like, if I can make it, you can too. I encourage people to look at the women that have overcome and that have made it, because at the end of the day, you're going to make it, you know. I also think words of advice I give to people that are trying to support somebody is just be there. Like, just sit with them. You don't have to have the right words. You don't have to know what to say. I think just saying, listen, I don't even know what to say, but I want to be with you and I'm here for you, you know.
That's so important.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people may not know what to say or what to do, and may, instead of helping, back off. When it's so simple, just be there.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that with us, for sharing the information about your organization and for what you do. You're a strong woman.
Thank you.
And thank you for being in this world to give back to all the mothers who need your help right now.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. If you're enjoying this show, please subscribe to our channel and follow our Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter accounts.